Well, there's a lot of theory going on around here about my intentions with the off-grid project, and I just want to clear things up. The water tank froze. Now, many people are theorizing I emptied my water tank and faked the concern and sadness because I knew I was leaving. No, I emptied my water tank because the water froze. I knew this day might come, and I was really concerned and I was really stressing about it. And I made a decision. I dumped my water. It's going to be a hard time without running water. I am still here now, and I will be back, and when I come back I won't have water. It was not an easy decision to make, but I didn't want to lose my tank. If this was my property, I'd have it buried right now, underground, deep underground, and it would be safe from freezing. But it's not my property, and here the tank sits above ground, and I'm in a northern climate, and water freezes. Water containers burst. So I dumped it. It's winter here. I can't have a tank of water above the ground. So I was sad about it. I was not happy dumping 275, actually 300 gallons with a small tank. But here is a dish that Chris, well, he didn't wash. Chris was supposed to wash his dishes. See this? That's why I dumped my water tank. Also, everybody says that now I understand why Troy wasn't cutting wood, why Troy wasn't stressed about wood. Well, I just traded my Honda, which I put $3,000 into, for a pile of firewood. You think I'd have done that if I didn't need the wood? Look at this. I mean, normally I shouldn't talk to people directly, but there's so many people upset with me and think I'm a liar and a con artist and a scammer because I'm going on a little trip. Well, this here is proof that I figured I needed firewood. I traded my Honda, which I loved so much, and I had just finished building the exhaust. I just finished tuning it. It was incredible. The thing got 270 miles. What was it? 274 miles on a quarter tank of gas after I did my last tuning. But here is a pile of firewood, which I traded for the Honda. Doesn't that prove something? Doesn't that show that I thought I needed firewood for winter? I'm saddened by some of the comments, some of my longtime followers, and I expected people would be mad, but I'm saddened by some of the hate. I'm saddened by some of the negativity and the claims that I'm a scammer. And this is what I traded my Honda for, because I needed firewood. I am coming back to the off-grid project. I will be back. The time will probably fly. It will still be quite cold. Remember when I started the off-grid project last spring? It was in winter and it was miserable. It was rough. I'm, funny enough, coming back at the very same time of the year that I started last year. If you doubt that I'm going to be having some hardships and trials, go check my videos from last year. There's certainly plenty of adventure left ahead of me when I come back. It's going to be cold. It's going to be brutal. And it's going to be exciting and fun. And I will continue rebuilding where I left off. I'll have to rebuild my water collection. I'm probably going to move it, because my solar panels, I've noticed, need to be right about where the chicken tractor is to get more sunlight in the morning in the winter months. So I'll be moving things around. My fence is demolished now anyway, my electric fence, so that has to be rebuilt. my garden fence is demolished, so that'll have to be rebuilt. So I have to redo everything. So this gives me a clean slate for when I return, for setting things up differently and improving the situation here. A lot of people are concerned about the chickens. Well, the chickens right now are quite happy. Actually, this one, oh, now you're going to be shy when I'm on the camera. This one I can usually walk right up to and pet. The chickens are going up to the house of my landlady, and she will care for them, and she's going to get the eggs, so she's quite excited and happy about that. And they'll be safer up there. Up by the house, it's going to be right outside their big picture window in the living room, so they'll be able to sit there and watch the birds. And actually the birds will be much better off up by the house, because not only is it warmer, because the sun shines against the house all the time and they're going to be right there, but also they're going to be under their care and protection, and they're going to be watched over every minute of the day. So they'll be very well off. Baby Cat's going to my parents. My parents love her a lot. Baby Cat likes to look out the window when I'm driving the car. She's like a dog, and she watches out the window. There's my egg layer. There's my good girl. So Baby Cat, she's good about riding in a car. I like to take her on trips, but she'll be fine. There's a cat there that she loves very much, and they get along well, so she'll be cared for. I'd really love to see this hold up in a blizzard. I'd really very much love to see this hold up in a blizzard, but I guess I'm gonna miss that. I'm sure it'll be fine, but I just wanted to be here for that. And there's a couple things that I wanted to see in the dead of winter, but this opportunity to go to Australia is just huge. I'm not getting any younger. And when I come back, I'm going to grow roots. Hopefully, this ground, hopefully will be mine. That's my dream. Hopefully I won't be moving around anymore when I come back. Hopefully I'm going to grow roots. And winter is the best time to take a trip anyway. So you can't really work on your gardens and your harvest and everything else. This timing was perfect. The opportunity was perfect. Perfect time to leave. I mean, who would say no? The wind turbines are there, and they're going to be there when I get back. And they're seriously helping me right now. Well, not today, but I mean, they are helping me. Got a lot of projects to do. Got a lot of things to finish. The RV still isn't done, and I will continue working on it up until, well, I love my RV. I'll always be improving this. That's always going to be an ongoing project. But the off-grid project itself, showing people how to get their home off the grid, improving rainwater collection, gardening, food preservation, food storage, that'll continue on next year, even better. All my mistakes and failures I have learned from, I will improve things. And next year is going to be even better than ever. So I hope everybody stays with me. I'm going to keep the camera rolling while in Australia. I'm going to show my daily life down there. I'm going to hopefully learn some bushcraft skills from the pros. I'm going to learn how to fight a kangaroo. Actually, I heard it's dangerous, but might even learn how to surf. But anyway, I'm keeping the camera rolling over there, and I hope everybody stays with me. And before you know it, I'll be back here, shivering in the cold, having everybody say, "I told you so," and starting again here, keeping it going. I am loving my wood stove. This little barrel stove is amazing. I'm learning how to use it properly now. except for last night. I failed last night somehow, and it was 40 degrees inside this morning. So I'm not sure what I did wrong, but for the most part I've been able to maintain my heat inside, and it's great. Now right now I just dampened it down. I just want to show you. That little smoke's going to come out. Nice little fire going in there. I just tossed in 2 pieces of wood. Nice little gentle fire. I just turned down the damper a little bit and closed the air intake some, so that'll slow down a little now. But this is working out very nicely. Very nice. And right now I have no fans going, so opening up that hole underneath is perfect. I use the fans when I first start the fire in the mornings or at night when I get home from somewhere, and it helps push that heat even faster and heat up the RV faster for me. But otherwise, once it's flowing, the air just keeps circulating through naturally, and it's turning out well. Again, it's good to have the fans for one thing. Sometimes when I'm starting up the fire, this room will get really hot and I can start to smell the heat coming off the stove. So then I'll kick on the fans and that'll help cool this room faster as well. So it's good. It's working out. It's 77 in and 40 out. Funny, it's getting warmer. I just checked. I went outside and it was 38. But the stove is doing its job nicely. Fans are off. Now here's something odd. With the fans not running, it's 71 in the bedroom. It's 60 on the porch. The solar porch is absorbing the sun's heat, and it's working. So that helps maintain warmth in the RV as well, because the whole side of the RV is insulated from the outside and heated by this 60-degree porch temperature. So that helps a lot. So that passive solar heating porch is doing its job as well. I'm loving it. Interesting thing I've noticed is when I don't have the fan running in here, the bedroom temperature is cooler than the living room temperature. It's 76 in the living room and 71 in the bedroom. I find that curious. I'm not quite exactly sure why that is, but the heat is passively flowing in here right now. Once I get it flowing, I use the fans to get it flowing. Once I get it flowing, I can turn off the fans. And I don't even use the fans at night at all now. So it's great. System is starting to work out well. Now, I am going away for a while, so I want to protect my place. I've got some dollar store mothballs. I'm wearing gloves for protection. I don't want to touch them. Vile, poisonous things. Now my grandma used these things up north at the cabin all the time, and the whole place smelled like mothballs continuously. But you don't want this stuff where you're going to breathe it. I had a mouse infestation in my truck camper once. Distributed some mothballs in there, and would you believe they all actually died? It was horrible. So I'm going to put some mothballs in containers and distribute them underneath the camper. The reason I'm putting these in containers is so they are protected from the moisture on the ground. And the containers will then be just distributed in various places underneath here, as I said, so that'll help keep the mice away. Now in the camper, there's a couple certain preferred places where the mice hang out. So the camper is going to have some mothballs inside in their favorite places. And on the day before I leave, I'm going to do the same with the RV, although very sparingly. There's a couple preferred entry points and I don't know where they're getting into the RV, honestly, at all, but there's a couple points where they prefer to hang out, and I'm going to put the mothballs in their favorite places. Their favorite place in the old camper is right under the sink. I don't know where they're coming from, how they're getting there, but they love that under the sink. So what I'm doing, I've got these in a container to protect them from the weather, and they're literally just going underneath the RV out of the where the rain can't get them. They're just going to sit here, and I'm going to put them all the way around the whole perimeter of the RV. Tin cans, stick them down underneath, protect them from the weather, then distribute these all the way along. Hopefully that'll keep the mice out of here. So I'm just going to keep putting these up. Like I said, some inside and some out, and hopefully if I use enough of these, the mice should leave the place alone. I've sorted my rubber mats that Bill and Rosa gave me based on the sizes, and now I'm going to start putting them to use. So the chicken tractor is first. I'm going to take some of these smaller pieces over to the chicken tractor. I've taken the security lights off the sides so that I've freed up my workspace better. And now I've got my stapler out here. I'm going to start to work on this thing. So I'm hoping, yeah, the width is perfect. That's what I was hoping for. Girl's been hiding eggs in there on me. She's burying them. Getting smart. Buried them under the leaves. So what I'm thinking, it's going to go on the top. I'm going to staple this stuff on here to provide some heat and some winterization for the birds. This is where two people help. Help is good to have. Community is important. It's awkward to do stuff like this alone. So the birds are going to be hooked up now. This will provide some good passive solar heating for them. Oh, brads. What? Took the brads out. That's odd. I had to last use this as a brad nailer, and there must be some stuck in there because that's what's coming out. How many are there? There we go. Thank you, Bill and Rosa. If my chickens can talk, they'd probably thank you when this is done. Right now they're just afraid of me. They're like, what's going on out here? They don't like noise. probably put a trim of something, piece of wood trim or something on this edge. Stop the wind from ripping that. So make sure that holds up well. There's one piece. This piece is going over the top and then down. It's going to hang some. A little bit of overlap. That'll help a lot. Well, I'm out here. I'm also going to fix the roof today, finally, once and for all. Birds are going to be living it up now. That's insulation and solar heating for the birds. Double duty. That should be good. Not coming off. Well, anyway, that's the idea. There's some chicken tractor insulation and passive solar heating. So I'm going to cover all the sides, top, front door. That'll protect the front door also from the weather, although it held up well, this side. And then I'll have to make the cutout for the fan, which, by the way, is spinning happily in the sun today. Everything's working and doing its job. It's pretty good stuff. Now that's tongue and groove, and there's no way I can reach in there. So that's going to have to stay the way it is. But I might even consider putting some insulation on the inside. I'm not sure if I want to do that or not yet. But I'm going to seal this up, and they'll have a very good, happy winter. Now chickens are outdoor animals, so a lot of people are worried about my chickens. But chickens can live outdoors in winter. And I'm giving them way, way more than they would have in nature. The new and improved solar chicken tractor. And the fan still works. Funny, it looks really slow on camera. Left the opening for the fan. I've got the overlap that I always had. That protects this wall, plus it keeps some shade on there and keeps the elements off that wall and out of the chicken tractor. But now they've got a passive solar heated chicken tractor. Insulated. That's providing insulation as well as heating, because once that sun shines on that, that's going to heat up so nice. So and then the chickens, they emit some heat at night themselves, and with 5 birds in there snuggled up together, they're going to be really comfy this winter. So now I can relax on that. That's done. The only thing I'm going to do, my staples weren't fitting through here well, so I'm going to run a strip of wood across the top and across here, and screw it on to make sure that never comes off. But I think it's pretty good. Well, baby cat's not going to be happy with me. This is her favorite spot to sit in the sun. But it's also going to be warm in the mornings. I'm putting up this rubber matting on the windshield. I'm actually going to tape it on the windshield itself. You can always clean that later. I got glass cleaners for that and scrapers. I'll worry about that in summer. See, although I'm going to Australia, I will be back and it's going to be cold. And I live in here right now and it is cold. I need to fight this cold right now. I hate the mess that stuff makes later. Well, taking that stuff off, that duct tape is going to be a mess on that plastic. But hopefully it's going to hold it up for me nicely. Now, if this was a permanent survival shelter, that would stay right there forever. But it's not. Summer, I'm going to want that off, or it's going to be smoking hot inside this thing. Hopefully it's going to help. Should be some good insulation and heating properties out of this being on here. Yeah, baby cat's not going to be happy with me. But that's how it's going to be. Black out my windows. Actually, if you were in a war situation, you'd black out your windows like that anyway. Or a full grid down situation. You don't want people seeing you got lights. You want to black out your windows. Well, there's something I had wanted to do before. It's just convenient that Bill and Rosa gave me the materials I needed to do it. I wanted to black out these windows with some rubber insulation stuff for heating purposes. It looks sort of cool, actually. So I didn't even cut or anything. I just used the panels. That way next year I can peel them off and use them again. But there it is. Blackout mode. It looks sort of Mad Max, I think. I like it. Well, it's 2 in the afternoon. I was just about to go have lunch, and I got a message from my landlady. I was checking my phone messages, and she said there's a package out here that's so heavy I can't move it. And I knew what it was. I knew this was coming. Alan Brown surprised me one day with a email saying, actually his first message was something like, it's heavy or something like that, and I'll have it done by the end of the week. I didn't even know what he was talking about. But after a couple of emails passing around, he told me what he was making for me, and I was incredibly excited. So I'm gonna this is 550 cord, so I'm gonna save the 550 cord, and I won't bore you with the unwrapping. So I'll shut off the camera for a minute. Well, I got the 550 cord out of the way. I wanted to keep that knows how to pack, that's for sure. Package made it well, all the way. Actually, I think the largest package I've ever received here on the homestead in any way, shape, or form. So, and oil, yeah. Oh, this is a beast. Good wood. Predator engines. That looks like a Harbor Freight engine. Again, I knew this was coming. It still doesn't stop my excitement at all. I want to get this thing going. What I got here. Wow, you did a good job. Look at this. I do believe that's a Harbor Freight engine. So we've got, well, that's a massive alternator on that thing. Got some cables. Oh, I see. You got it all wired. Look at that. So this is a brand new, I believe this is a brand new engine. That's that Harbor Freight engine. Pretty. Wow, thank you, Alan. This is really, really nicely done. Thank you. Yeah, look at that. Predator engine. 79cc. Tiny little gas tank. That's brand new. That's brand new engine. Look at that. We've got here a 130 amp alternator. And over here we've got a I can't tell. It's a Volvo. 14 volt, 3100 amps. Wow, 230 amps. This will charge the batteries up fast. Let me see. So let me see how this goes. Wow, you did a good job, Alan. Look at that. Look at that. Nicely welded. Nice frame. Very nice. Even the aluminum is welded. Look at the framing work on that. This is nice. This is really nice. Well, thank you. Well, I'm going to have my lunch and I'm going to get right out here and fire this thing up. This is really well done. Wow. Look at that tensioner bar in that beast. Oh, let's see, we've got, oh, wait a minute, we've got 2 sets of cables. Look at that. Wow, I could charge 2 different things at once with this. Look at that. I didn't even see that. There's 2 sets of cables. Each alternator is wired separately. So I can use one or both. This is nice, thank you. Now that is a good thing for an off-grid home for emergency power backup. That's a beast. Oh, there it is. Loud. the workbench. There's stuff rattling off the workbench. But it runs. It took some time to get it started. Yes, I did fill the oil first. There's warnings all over the thing. But it runs. Oh, I gotta readjust the tensioners. I'll have to readjust that. I just wanted to see the engine running. Oh, it's a nice and smooth machine. Listen to that idle. Nice. Idles right down. Oh, that's a nice little engine. Well, I don't need the power right this minute, but it's good to have this now. I will definitely be using this in the next day or so, I'm absolutely certain. So I'll be giving this a try. Very nice. Wow, thank you. This is nice. Yeah, I gotta tighten up this one. This came loose from shipping, you can tell. I'll fix that. I'll have to tighten that up first. Nice. The only thing is this little switch came loose in shipping, but that's not a big deal. Other than that, it came through very well. It's a very nice looking motor. I'm going to keep it clean too. Well, thank you. This is nice.